It's the news angle, bitch. Welcome back to another episode. This is your boy D.
And it's your girl CJ.
I fucking quit.
What?
Don't quit.
What happened?
No. Demetrius.
Because you paused so long. She thought you had paused, I think.
You did, like, you waited like 10 years to open up and say.
Well, for the people who are listening and watching, they won't know that because I'm going to edit that part out.
I'm Brandon. I'm tired.
She is tired. She gets rowdy when she gets tired.
I do. What is that about? Like
the thing that I was saying earlier when I say you a bitchiness. That's why people got beef with you.
Yeah, you came in hard talking shit. We were like, right? What the fuck?
And they don't even know what you're talking about. That's the funny part. Nobody will ever really know what happened.
No one will ever know.
That shit is funny. Damien and Chris said, oh, damn.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's funny as fuck. Well, we're going to keep this short and sweet because I got things to do in the morning. So I want to try to edit some stuff tonight. And then Brandy got some grown-up things to do in the morning as well. And D got so much. D doing shit. I'll bug you tomorrow, D. D, make me more videos, please.
Right, since you don't have nothing to do.
Yes, make me. Oh, I got to send you one more file.
I sit on the phone with unemployment for 16 hours a fucking day.
I bet.
On redial. That's some bullshit. Interesting fact for fellow Nevadans. I just want to know if anybody is having this same issue that I'm having. I just want to give a brief example.
What is it doing? Because I think I've heard a lot of people, some of my friends said, even in other states, they were having issues with unemployment and getting these weird errors when they log in.
I've called so many times the log has gone down. I called 150 times.
Are you serious?
In one day.
I believe it.
Minimum, I'd say the minimum amount is 75. Can't get nobody. When you call, it hangs up on you immediately.
I think because they're so, do you realize, what was it, a new amount?
I thought it was 10 million. I swear I heard.
What, 10 million people? Oh, no, girl, it's way more. It was already 33 million last time.
Well, I'm talking about like in addition to, not like a grand total, but when I do hear stuff on the news, I'll be like an additional 3.2 million or an additional 5 million.
That's so crazy because
But the sad part about it is that I applied for unemployment over 30 days ago.
That is insane.
That don't matter. Over 30 days ago with 30 million other people.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? But the sad part about it is all my colleagues are they're getting fucking unemployment. It's me and a handful of other people. So I'm like, the fuck is going on?
So it sounds like you and a handful of other people need to rob the people that got them.
Right? We need to
wait a minute.
Motherfuckers like
that's not what we're doing, are we?
It sounds like y'all need some creative problem solving. To what it
no, but I think the problem with you guys that are out there and that are listening that are in Nevada that are having the same issue that I'm having, it's telling you that it's pending deductible income. Deductible income pending resolution is what it says. So that resolution, what I found out today from some helpful hands out there in the Facebook community, thank you guys, all of my fellow colleagues and former colleagues that I had that were having the same issue, let me know that I had to email my pay stubs. My last 2 pay stubs need to be emailed, and there's a list of emails that you have to send it to. It was like 5.
Are you serious?
So if you're interested and you know my Facebook, I'm gonna find a way to get my Facebook information, or at least to get the information of the emails that need to be sent to. Yeah. See if we can put that in description, possibly.
Yeah, send it to me and I'll put it in our podcast description too. Yeah. So that we have it. You got to send it to me like tomorrow though, at least. Yeah. I'll try to remind you.
I'll try to send it.
Let me write it down.
Or I can send it to you right now. My phone is sitting right
That's
here.
Fine.
But
That's
fine.
Like,
yeah, get those emails sent out to those 5. It's 5 email distribution that it needs to be sent to. And I'm told that you will see a resolution, or at least you'll get a response. So I'm going to put that out there for you guys. So hopefully we can all get this resolved, especially for those that put in for unemployment in April, like I did. I heard some people that put in March are still having issues too.
Yeah, my friends who were in February, March are still having issues recently. Yeah. And I think one of them was in Nebraska, and she was like, I don't know what. She'd been on the phone like you were, like every single day trying to get a hold of somebody, and she would get the same error message or hang-ups continuously. Yeah, so I think it's nationwide because they're over-capacitated. Like there's over 36 million people now that have filed for unemployment through the nation, and that's numbers from 5 days ago. Who knows what it is now today?
Right.
So it's a little crazy. So like speaking of the CV affecting our economy and people in general, I also wanted to kind of touch on what I think I talked to Brandy about last week, was the whole thing of the mindset. Like it's affecting people's minds. People are like depressed, anxiety ridden. Some people are dying not from the virus but ODing from drugs because they're trying to self-medicate, alcohol and drugs. I don't know, like, have you guys gone through any of that recently? Like, I know I've had some anxiety attacks for real. Like,
I've been definitely going through some because my diagnosis of anxiety neurosis with agoraphobia, terrible. Mm-hmm. But mine is hasn't really gone full-fledged. It's just I'm just low-key starting to panic because right now I'm living off credit cards.
Right.
Not so much the CV is a problem, not so much being quarantined, just like shit still due. People still want their fucking money. So that's like on the phone getting deferments. And luckily with my car, I didn't realize I was ahead 1 month.
Oh, nice.
So that was a good, way to relax a little bit, knowing I was ahead on that bill, because that's one major bill that you have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
But insurance is still due. There's a lot of stuff that's still going. And thankfully, I work for a company that is covering my medical down until the beginning of July.
Okay.
One less thing I have to worry about. But yeah, it's definitely been affecting me there. So I try to take it out on exercise more now instead of the alcohol like I was doing before. But it's not the same for everyone, because my brother recently lost a close friend of his, due to a similar situation, just at home, nothing to do. Probably had some kind of pre-existing mental, diagnosis and OD.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know that they have enough help done. I don't think just having financial support is enough when it goes on this long. I think we need to, the government needs to look into mental support as well.
Well, you would hope this would push them that way, because nobody was taking mental health seriously before this.
Right.
Like, how serious was anybody?
I mean, the fact that,
it has to be one of those things where, at least to me, the way that the government isn't set up, it makes sense to throw us something after you throw up some other people billions and you give us some, right? So let those people up there in those suits start having mental breakdowns and shit. Then y'all might start to think about us.
That's the only time. But the problem is, those dudes have so many acres of lands, they don't have to deal with it like we do. I'm pretty sure. Or they have special places that they go to, and just because I'm thinking about some of the corporate owners. Like, think about Hobby Lobby's owner. They were like, oh, you're just going to have to bear with us, while they just hung out in their little condos and shit up there.
And I think in comparison, when you compare it, which I try not to do with a lot of stuff, but when you compare how we're living to them, yes, they have more acres. But when you do look at somebody like, I know we talked about this, because I do think mentally something's wrong with her now, Britney Spears, and she's kind of trapped in her house, plenty of acres, pool, all this stuff. And when you have a mental issue, it don't matter about that pool. It don't matter about
that's true.
That stuff's not going to make you happy. You still don't feel free. You are still trapped. You can't go.
I'm just trying to figure out if because I don't think those people who have the money, the top 5% or whatever, are as pressed as we are, though, financially, because
they created a lot of this stuff. So
you know what I mean? But they're not worried about paying next month's insurance bill, car note, mortgage.
And I kind of feel like that wiped over the fear of, let me move to the next topic. I think that wiped over the fear of, man, this could kill us, because that's still a fear for people. But it's like, yeah, but I feel like I'm going to die because I can't pay my rent and I need food and my car and decent. All this shit still due. Some companies are helping people out, but even their way of helping is, we're just putting a freeze. But when that freeze is up, you still owe us extra dollars.
Like
to me bothers me.
One of the companies that we're dealing with, I mean, they're cool too. They took a couple of the months that we weren't going to do the payments on, and they just put it at the end of the loan. So it's not upping anything, but it's not lowering anything. You just move in. So if you had 30 months left, they're going to let you go without paying for 2 months, but that means technically you'll have 32 months left instead of 28, because you're not paying that extra. You know what I mean? So they're just tacking it on.
I would say, just quickly to try to wrap that up, whoever can, especially since most of us have internet, a lot of that is free. Exhaust and use the resources to try to find
for sure.
some class, course, YouTube video, meditating sounds, ebook that's free for mental health. Just trying to self-diagnose and self-medicate in the healthiest way possible, I think would help for those of us that, because I feel like I've had one moment, but I know that was pushed because I was also on my period, so hormones were everywhere. But outside of that, I'm surprisingly doing better than what I thought. I think it's because I had a struggle right before last summer last year, and that's when I started working 3 jobs, because the income I was used to, as far as from PJ's dad when he lost his job, that was a wrap. So it was literally like, you don't have the money. It might as well have been like, I lost my job. What are you going to do? So I kind of feel like my mind was ready for something like this last year, because I had to work like that throughout the year, and I had to prep in advance. I couldn't spend the way I was used to spending. So those of you who are in that mindset, save, negotiate with people you may owe money, because I kind of feel like for a pocket of us, this is the perfect time to get out of debt. I've been telling people, these people want to settle. They know people ain't got no money like that.
They do. Even the toll roads in Texas, they let people settle like their huge bills.
They're settling.
They were like, one of my friends said her bill was like $212, but they settled for $35.
I owe somebody $8 something and they settled for $3 something. So these people will settle. So if you're in the right mind frame and you can afford it, I would highly suggest save, paying the bills that you know you're gonna have to pay anyway in advance. Some bills I understand not paying in advance, but some shit, you know, hey, I'm going to use the internet next month. I need to go ahead and put $100 on my rent because I need to pay that anyway. If you can get ahead and you can save, do it now, because we don't know what the fuck this year is going to look like.
I'm saying.
And relying on them to fund us with stimulus if they do it.
That part. So that was the next part. So they were trying to get that $3 trillion stimulus package out, but there were so many riders on it that made no sense. That's why there's so much pushback. I know people are upset that it hasn't gone through yet, but if you have to, like, I don't think all people realize that when they make things like the stimulus package or new laws or new whatever support systems, they always put riders on it, and riders are like other laws that they put in the package for the government for the government's sake, whether it's for the Republicans, Democrat, or whoever. And there's so many riders on this that it's ridiculous from both sides, and both sides are going like this at it, and nobody's happy. So I don't even know if it's going to push all the way through. And if it does, the amount is not $3 trillion to the people. It's $3 trillion as a package, and only a select amount is going to the citizens.
And they actually give a breakdown about that. But again, when you're used to the clickbait, people aren't reading.
Absolutely.
When you open it up and broke it down, because I had to scroll to the bottom, because I noticed a lot of these columns, all the information I give a fuck about is at the bottom.
Yep.
I scroll right down to the bottom. I'm like, get to the point, and they'll let you know, well, this much is going to unemployment. Maybe I'll give another 12 again. I don't even think the rules are going to be the same for the kids. Perhaps that looked like it was different. So shit's changing. So please, if you can, save, pay bills in advance.
And also, don't be surprised about your tax returns too next year.
Because these are all tax credits.
You're gonna pay this shit back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're not. Well, you don't have to pay it back. It's not. That's a myth. So it's not borrowed money from the taxes. It's a tax credit. It can affect how much you get back next year, but it doesn't like penalize you from getting it.
Yeah, it's not like a credit card.
It's a very fine line. It's not.
Just don't expect, because I know
it does. It's not going to be your usual.
It's not going to be your usual.
Yes.
Just be aware. So if you are the type of person that likes to use your tax return as like a savings, because
don't do it. Don't do it this year.
Don't do that this year.
Don't do it, because I used to do that too.
That car, I'm gonna get this. I had already decided. I was like, okay, so I'm not gonna flat out just buy a car like I was going to do. I was like, I'm going to make sure I can get my credit score together more so between now and that time, and then lease the vehicle I want again, because I know I'm not gonna get like 5 G's back. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. We got like 3 minutes before our first break, but the last thing I wanted to touch on kind of with the CV was
eyeshadow, by the way.
Huh?
I forgot to compliment you on your eyeshadow.
Oh, thank you.
If you
want to see me fluttering my eyes, go on YouTube and watch me do it. I don't know. But anyway, so everybody is having a ruckus about this mask situation, because a lot of stores, restaurants, and all these places are requiring people to wear masks before they can walk into their facility. And I've seen so many videos now online where people are having a serious fit about it. It's weird to me because I grew up in Japan, and maybe you guys can attest to this too. During like allergy season or anything like that in Japan, or even throughout the year, a lot of people wear masks day in and day out. I remember, like, even if you went to like Humvee Town, remember the cashiers? They would wear gloves and a mask.
Well, it was normal for us.
Right, so that's what I'm saying.
It looked weird.
And I know it looks weird and feels weird, but all these crazy myths that are happening right now out in the social media where people are like, oh, your immune system's going to be lowered. Oh, this is going to, it's not really scientifically sound. I just want people to go do their research first is what I'm getting at, because those masks are not hindering you from doing anything unless you have a respiratory situation where it's harder to breathe. You know what I mean? Because some people do have a problem with that. Yeah. And that those people probably either needed like ask somebody, get delivery, stay home and get one of those, or get one of those plastic masks. I love those. Yeah, those are great. I call them the Asian mom mask because I feel like a lot of Asian ladies had the sun visor that was like full face. I've seen so many back home, and even here, like I've seen people walking around here with it, and it's always an Asian lady. It's amazing.
So this is how I feel about it, especially if a business is opening and they're requiring you to wear the mask. Mm-hmm. If the business is opening and it's advertised that you have to wear this mask for it to function, mm-hmm. don't put them in a fucked up situation to where mm-hmm. they might not be able to keep that business open, and it's going to have to be more people flooding fucking unemployment and not being able to work. Just put on the fucking mask. If you really want to go to that venue mm-hmm. or you want to go to that store or restaurant, just put it on. Just put it on, take it off, and you leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't even have to buy a mask. They're saying face covering. So if you have at least a scarf on, they'll let you in.
So many people on Instagram and Facebook, I know, like friends of ours mm-hmm. that are making these things. Anybody mm-hmm. with a sewing machine, they're out there. They're available.
Yeah. I mean,
so it's like, don't put us in a situation to where we're going to go backwards, because we all want to go forward. We want everything to open up.
Everybody wants summer back. I also want Halloween. So
listen, that's what I'm focused on. Summer's a wash. Hot girl summer 2020 wash.
Halloween Saturday.
Halloween, I'm worried.
Blue moon, full moon, Saturday, guys.
It was gonna be the perfect Halloween.
My birthday. I'm turning 38.
But it was gonna be the perfect Halloween.
It's perfect because I was born, damn it.
Oh God. Down, Heather Senior.
I'm just saying, so I mean, here's the thing, like you can do what you want to do, but just like here's the thing. Just like drunk driving is illegal, they're just saying some of your rights might be taken away for a minute for the greater good. We don't want nobody driving around drunk because you can hit innocent people if you're drunk and driving, right? It's similar to that. Just
it's really weird. Mask. It's like I feel like on a different level. This is Black Lives Matter, all lives matter all over again. In the sense of like this is a simple concept, or even the Kaepernick thing. It's a simple concept. It's not anti-military. How are you guys? And it'd be the same group of folks. How are y'all just so rebelling? Like nobody can tell most middle-aged white men what to do
because they want to be in
charge.
They
want to do whatever they want to do, and that's what I keep seeing in these videos or the Karens. It's the same kind of thing, and I'm like, oh my God. I listened to a doctor today on this little other podcast, and he said something that was so touching. Then it made me sad because I'm like, that's not the world we live in. Mm-hmm. And he said that we don't flatten the curve by just wearing the mask. We're gonna flatten the curve by people being more kind, and that will propel them to wear the mask and do whatever else they have to do and social distance properly. But he was like, I feel like it starts with kindness, that's something that you can't prescribe to somebody
because
they have to be thinking about somebody else, and people are fucking selfish.
I mean, if you really were, if your heart was really in it like that, because you would think about the elder people who are around you, your mom, your grandparents, whatever, who are older than you, or even the smaller children, or the people in your family or your friends who have autoimmune diseases and other underlying diseases that can be affected severely, because even healthy people are getting sick from this, right? So that means the people who are already sick have a even larger chance of it being more complicated if they were to contract it. So if you don't have the care, like Brandy said, I think it's going to be very hard to even implement something like that.
It's like, I don't do it because I like it. I do it because not only do I want to keep myself safe, but I do think about other people and who I'm around and people.
What did that meme say that I saw the other day? Like the U.S. just decided that it was over and just opened the right back up.
It's just like, oh, we're done, and I'm like, no.
It's so crazy. But anyway, we're gonna take a quick break and come back for the other half. We'll be right back.
And it's the news angle, man. Yeah. You thought you were going to do it. You thought you were going to do it, D.
Hey, Randy stole your thunder.
Never go from me camera like that. Ever. I'll run this.
Boy, listen, guys.
Oh, my God.
We're getting delirious.
Yeah, you cover me on my intro?
On my intro?
That's below the belt.
That's that Beyonce shit. I keep telling you that. That's Beyonce shit. God, that's terrible. Anyhow,
he was so confident. He just knew he had the intro.
He was ready.
He said,
She said, no, you not. No, you not.
So terrible.
Okay,
this is how groups break up, you guys. This is
don't put that on that.
No.
I don't think you're ready. You're just jealous. Remember?
I don't think you're ready.
Wrong lyrics.
God, I'm crying. I can't.
I thought that was the lyrics. Fucked it up.
Anyway,
fucked it up.
Let's talk about. I want to keep this funny one for the end. Oh, okay. So you guys, the Ahmaud Arbery situation. Brandy said that there's new information. Like people figured out that there was other trespassers in that particular building.
Yeah, there's surveillance videos showing that there were other people, quote unquote, trespassing or going to this home that
they didn't get chased down, no gun down,
alive, so to speak.
Dude, I have done. Well, I'm probably not going to do this anymore. But I'm a wanderer in new neighborhoods. So if they're building a new development, I'm gonna take my nose here and say, "Oh, what's up here?"
Not anymore.
Walk my ass in there, meet, and there's literally cars in the whole new development of people just walking around. You're like, oh, hey, what's up? You see that one over there? You go check that one out. We do that, especially in a town like Vegas that's so underdeveloped. This is a very new city. So we get a new neighborhood every week. There's always, we're expanding constantly. We're spilling over into other areas of the valley all the time. So yeah, I walk into neighborhoods like that. And I take a look and we all walk and I wonder what this kitchen's gonna look like, or I wonder what they're gonna do in here. It's normal to me to do that.
It's just shitty.
So that's why they have surveillance footage of so many other people doing it, because this is a common occurrence.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Insurance across the country.
But for whatever reason, if we do common like activities like fucking jog or I don't know, breathe, like just like it's like that post that I keep seeing, and it keeps getting added new things to it. Like we can't kneel, we can't march, we can't pray, we can't jog, there's nothing that we can do that doesn't have any like.
That is suspicious.
Yeah, like what is it? What do you want me to do? Like I'm just trying to live my fucking life, right? And I say I like talking like
the majority of us decided to act like what they're so afraid of us really.
Oh man, this world.
Man. What?
They should be fucking grateful that we're not actually the things that they paint us to be.
Maybe subconsciously that's what some of them are waiting for. Maybe a lot of them know it was so fucked up what was done. And I don't want to hear, I didn't do it directly. That was my ancestors or other people. That wasn't me. You're benefiting from how the system was set up.
Right.
So with that being said, I think that's probably some passed down residual kind of guilt, or whatever the fuck.
It's gotta be. It's the same reason why we feel same type of way.
Speaking of people benefiting and all that other shit, what I get pissed off about, because what happened to Ahmaud Arbery is no new occurrence. This happens a lot, often.
Right, all the time. What
I get mad about is the coverage, the media coverage. So I told everybody that I worked with back when all of this shit was happening. As a matter of fact, this shit was going down when the Pokemon game came out. And I told everybody about an experience when I was on Boulder Highway here in Las Vegas, and I just happened to turn my phone on, and I put my thumb I have the other iPhone where you put your thumbprint and it would open up.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a Charizard right next to my car.
Oh God!
I was like, I
Gotta catch it.
Charizard, gotta catch him. Looked, there was a cop car right next to me. So I'm like, oh shit, what are the fucking odds? This is around the time that all that crazy shit was happening in Ferguson, around 2015, 16,
right?
When all this was jumping off. And after that, Trump got elected that November. It all stopped, at least to the public. It all stopped. You didn't hear about no fucking police killing nobody black up until when?
Yeah, election. So very
it's
true.
It's always around election years that the media wants to cover this shit, because what fucking narrative are you trying to push?
Right.
Why ain't y'all covering this shit the whole time? I'm sure a lot of this shit had been happening from that time that we heard about that shit from 2016 all the way up until now. But y'all motherfuckers want to push a narrative now?
Oh yeah.
A lot of the motherfuckers that want to push it don't really give a fuck. That's my problem. That's why that whole bipartisan shit and motherfuckers talking about right and left and you're left, right? No, I'm neither. Both of y'all motherfuckers fuck up because y'all use that shit as leverage against each other for whatever common goal y'all motherfuckers got at the end. And y'all can both suck the inside of my black ass if y'all think I'm about to be so bullshit. That's fucked up. I called it out and I told everybody, I said, watch, come election year, it's gonna be news coverage about some black people getting killed. Show us shit stank. 2020, look at what the fuck we're doing. We talk about the shit right now.
There's a lot more that's been in the news recently as well. That some of the stories, it's kind of like the Aubrey situation where it happened months ago, but all of a sudden they're putting it on the
media. So convenient to talk about.
And then they're also pairing it with the tweets of support, like to have Biden and other people that are up. Like, hey, this is an injustice. It's been that way for decades, but where, like Dee said, where y'all been? It always makes me cringe and always takes me back to a moment for me when I realized I was really done. And I've never been a bitch about politics. Like Dee eloquently said, they can definitely suck the inside of my black ass.
Not eloquently.
So eloquently. So I don't get the
eloquently said. I can say that word today. That's not French.
I'm done.
And those kids aren't French, they're American.
I hate you.
Do you remember that Muzzy? Do you remember that?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Anyway.
I remember that shit.
I don't like those moments because it reminds me of a cringeworthy moment. Just see everybody up Hillary's ass just because it was kind of like anybody but Trump. But I'm like, why is she at all of these rallies? Why is she at Black Girls Rock? Like, y'all fucking playing games.
It was
where the fuck was she at the whole time? That's
what I'm saying. And then what made it worse is there were definitely prominent women of color and power, Tracee Ellis Ross, Beyonce, all these people just kind of pushing behind her. And I'm like, I know y'all can't really be with this shit. Like, I know.
But it all just comes down to leverage. The leverage that comes with siding with somebody. Look at all the celebrities that sided with Obama after he got elected. They all went off to do more things. You know what I'm saying? It's a similar situation. I think every election, whatever you put your side and stamp on, you kind of like hope that it works out, and then it kind of pushes you to the next level as well. Right now. You know, because remember they did a whole thing. They did a whole thing about.
Other people want to sit up and play mind games with themselves.
I know, but
when other people have to pay the price for that.
They don't care though, because they did a whole rock the vote thing. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
It was for our community. Remember that? That wasn't for the Caucasity. That was for the black community for the most part. That's what it was. They had all these fucking black artists and all these people pushing for it. And like it worked, and it's almost like Obama got voted because he was black. Unpopular opinion.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
I've always said that, and I remember my family practically almost disowning me.
I know. If you say that out loud, black people get mad.
I was going to like actually vote. So I was just like, because my birthday was falling on like weird times too, so I had to wait. And then I was like, okay, now I can vote. And I really wanted to. This is when I still believed in the government before my mind.
Before you woke up?
3 years later, when I went down the rabbit hole and I was like, I couldn't sleep for 2 months. I was like, I'm going to make an informed decision, and I'm going to do my research on both candidates to choose the best one, like a dumbass. And not only am I going to do that, I'm going to share that why I'm considering each person, and apparently even uttering the words Mitt Romney was blasphemy.
Of course it was.
Well, on these policies, I can agree on.
Well, but you're black.
Exactly.
So you're automatically in a box, right?
Right.
Automatically.
That's what I mean.
This is what you need to do.
You can't wait. And to me, that's when I said, CJ, we will never know what it's like to be mixed. So I know it's different. But the closest we have to it is you're not black enough, though. Like,
that
even
part.
with this black skin, because of how you talk, you're still not black enough.
I know this is like off to the side, but push pin on that. Like Brandy likes to say, I just sent you guys a screenshot a couple days ago of that one follower who was like, I thought this was a black forum. I gotta unfollow you. No hard feelings, for real. No hard feelings at all. If you thought this was a black forum, because we do talk about a lot of black stuff because, well, 2.5 of us are black. You know what I'm saying?
Who the fuck said that, though? No, you sent me the handle of who the fuck said that shit.
No, I mean, it's not important.
Sorry, I just noticed CJ did the 2.5 shit.
I always do that. 2.5 of us are black. So, and my other hat, and I was very, like, I might have had a sprinkle of petty in it a little bit, but.
Oh, no, she definitely did. I was a daisy on that petty.
Well, because, it's just interesting to me coming from a mixed background when people are like, hey, you're not black enough for my taste. I'm like, that's cool. But do you know how many % of your DNA is Native American and not African American? Or y'all just group that all together when it's convenient is what my thing is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, because what I understand is there's like black on the outside, and that's what you guys go through, because you two obviously go through more shit than I would ever understand. You know what I mean? But also then if we're gonna get technical DNA wise, well then it's like everybody is mixed. Right. In a sense. I'm not denying your blackness because your complexion gives you like crap from the society in general. That's undeniable.
For coming for CJ or in our comments, or if you ever decide to pull, why are you laughing? I ain't gonna say nothing crazy. If you ever
just afraid, like you gonna stab somebody.
If you ever decide to pull a move like that, like, oh, this isn't a black podcast. Yes, it is. Just like it's a conspiracy theory podcast. Just like it's when we are multifaceted here, motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying.
Strap in and enjoy that ride. So
yeah, I mean,
and this could be your ass whipping podcast.
My whole thing was,
yes, you got it.
If that's what you want, that's what it is too.
Mob hoe.
Brandy was right when she tagged. Did you see the video Brandy tagged you in with the redhead Kool-Aid gang? Did you see it? Demetrius is literally that.
I watched that whole thing and I was like, this is
Demetrius. That's all I heard the whole time I was watching it after that. I was like, this is D all the way. But like I understand. And no hard feelings for real though. I understand everybody has their own opinion and like perception of reality, so I'm never gonna negate.
And then to be fair, the girl wasn't rude or nothing. So
no, she was not rude. She was not rude at all.
Deal with the difference of opinion. I just think it's important to, like we said, keep being politely aggressive or whatever you want to call it, about putting the message out there. Like, hey, we can be multifaceted. She can speak on things of color. We're allowed to celebrate the Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month as much as
we're going hard this month. CJ,
yeah, we are hard. As much as we did with
Black History Month.
Yeah, Black History Month. But we
y'all talk about me wanting to save somebody. Quit trying to save whoever the hell this girl was.
No, we're not trying to save.
We're not saving them. We're saving us.
And then so real talk, D.
A house full of female cousins in there. Fuck her ass up.
Yeah, CJ.
I'm just playing. We're not gonna threaten
CJ carried it, but I definitely probably would have been pettier. But I'm happy that CJ caught it before one of us did.
The Tiger Twins would have been super petty.
It would have been a rap. I'd have got Candace on the list.
You know what step one is? You know what step one is on true social media pettiness? Step one is you go to their profile page. You gotta see their shit.
Oh, I sure did. I did do that. That is step one.
That's step one in the pettiness. I need to see what you hitting for, and then I'm about to get you.
Yeah, I definitely did one line of pettiness because I was like, I know that you are definitely 100% Black and not any percent Native American, so I understand where you're coming from. I know she was not like lighter than Brandy talking about she's 100% Black, so I'm just putting it out there.
We got some Billy blood in me.
I know. But anyway, a couple more things. We only have a few minutes left. So I don't know about you guys. In Texas, we've been having excessive amounts of Amber Alerts. Have you guys been getting Amber Alerts?
No, not
I haven't had Amber Alert in forever.
I'm thinking it's because I'm closer to the border. Here's my theory, okay? Because I'm talking like the last few days, I've seen like 6 Amber Alerts, like back to back. I think that the southern states opening up before everybody else has allowed the traffickers back in, and they're picking up new people that's been missing for the last few months.
Are your Amber Alerts statewide, or is it like local, just in your area?
Statewide, because I had one from like Poteet, Texas, the other day. Because
Okay.
isn't that closer to San Antonio?
Yeah, that's down that area.
Yeah, and that's 5 hours away from me. So, and there was another one for Corpus Christi, and then a few others, and I was just like, this is very like disturbing, because I was like, there was not any happening for months and months and months, and I was like, but we were closed, and now that we're open, I feel like there's enough people out in the streets that they can hide in the crowds again to take people. And
do you think it's a possibility that a lot of it has to do with the quarantine? A lot of maybe kids are running away, or they're like young kids, like, or were they teenagers that were just like, man, fuck this. They were
like, one of them was like 14 and stuff. I don't know about the running away thing, because I know the Amber Alert includes runaway teens, but it's not. I think runaways are local only, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
But I mean, if it's a situation to where, well, you know what? Because a lot of times with the Amber Alerts, I do see that it's usually a severe situation. It's not just like, oh,
and also with license plates, which means it's a kidnapping.
Yeah, that means it's a kidnap.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, so with license plates, I feel like it's more kidnappings, and because usually my Amber Alerts have license plates in it. So I'm just concerned. I just wanted to throw it out there that if you are in your area and you've seen a lot more Amber Alerts, I just kind of want to see if other states are seeing it too, because Texas has been known, like Houston had that whole ring of traffickers that got arrested like end of last year, remember? Like,
that's nuts.
And the border is really a hardcore place where people do that. So I don't know. It's just
I'm surprised here, like a city like Vegas, since the Strip is shut down.
I think that's why we it would be more obvious. If it's in a place that's shut down with less people walking around, because they like to blend in with the crowd. So, because what I've noticed that is that traffickers who go out into the crowd kind of blend in. So if it's a Caucasian area, there's a lot more Caucasian people doing it. There's just Black areas, Black people are doing it, and so on. But last thing, because I was like, this is crazy after Brandy told me, Boosie Badazz, who was flying in strippers, or I guess sex workers, actually, because sex workers, because for his 12-year-old son to get oral sex. 12-year-old son. That is literally statutory rape.
Is he going to jail?
I don't know. I don't know
how that works, because I'm like, does that also work how, what is the statute of limitations?
Right.
When it's
how long ago?
Time? I don't know how old his son is now. So I don't know like how much time went by, but the fact that this became polarizing was disturbing, because to me, this is not a divisive topic. This is something everyone should have been able to agree, this is wrong and fucked up. But the fact that so many stories are being shared that men, or especially young men of color.
He's only 16.
Oh,
he's 16 now.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
I don't think statute of limitations is even covered by like sexual crime.
I don't think you can go back as long as you find evidence. You can open the case back up.
Yeah,
and so
isn't that how they got Bill and everybody else?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Right, there we go.
It's a little.
It's not normal, and we already live in a society that's basically like boys can lose their virginity as young and as fast as they need to, as long as they don't turn out gay. So you failed, D.
That is so crazy.
That's what they push on them, and then it's not normal, but centuries of this tries to make it normal, right?
Right.
And I'm like, this should not have been something polarizing. It really, really bothered me to see some comments. I didn't dig deep on this story because it was that disturbing to me, because I'm like, my son's 12.
Right.
And I cannot imagine some grown-ass woman.
Oh my God, I can't. I can't imagine.
Yeah, like what grown-ass woman would sign up to do some shit?
Somebody getting paid, boo-boo. Somebody getting paid.
I don't give a fuck. Like,
I know, but that's the thing, though. Like,
we're not selling our souls like that, though.
We're not built the same way with people who do things like that. We're not built the same way from the inside out. And that's
I
why
know
they
some
can do it.
criminals that'd be like, nah, hell no.
I know, because
You know what I'm
when
saying?
child molesters go to jail, they get fucked up in jail, remember?
I love that, by the way.
True.
You know? So
True.
it's even the criminals are like that. But so people who can do shit like that to children are built different. I'm telling you.
And I don't feel like women should get a pass on this that do it, because
I don't.
they should get that same heat that we give a 35-year-old that's messing with a 16-year-old. Like, it's not a cute, sexy, exciting, fun thing to have an older woman messing with a kid.
No, I mean,
it's gross, it's disturbing, but they even do it in Hollywood. They hype it up. I think the first movie, and I've never seen the whole thing, Dee might know, that Mrs. Robinson movie, The Graduate. And I guess he fucks his teacher or whatever, and that was like in
Stacy's mom type shit.
That thing is like rampant.
And I'm like, that's not okay.
I mean, I'm just talking to. I think she sent us the story way long time ago. But one of my peers from here was like, you know, she was working the stand at her son's football game and overheard moms talking about her son and a couple of the other boys that are on the team. And they were like, they're like boys. It's fine. Like, it's not fine. Because if it was the other way around and it was your daughter, you would feel some type of way. We should not normalize this for boys.
They should be protected.
Just as well.
Just as well. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the women are believed enough or protected enough. So I guess it's a wrap for the boys if we can't even get it.
Fuck.
I'm saying.
I just feel like that's so fucked up. So there's been a lot of back and forth with memes and celebrities kind of like coming in to give their 2 cents about it.
I'm interested to see if he's going to go to jail because I think he should. But I'm going to follow that story a little bit more. But that was our last story, and that's time. So if you've been entertained by our crazy shenanigans.
Are you not entertained?
You're not entertained. So, oh my God, look at this. make sure you subscribe to your favorite podcast platform.
What is
you don't do right by me.
They're trying to grab the camera.
What movie?
Stop it.
You don't do right by me.
Come on, CJ.
Everything in the world is gonna.
Half of you knows this, CJ.
Not half of me. I'm about to mute both of y'all. I'm so done.
What is it?
I don't know. What is it?
I know you lying.
Right by me.
Harpo told you to beat me.
This part, Whoopi Goldberg. I'll give you that.
Oh shit!
But she did this.
Come on, you got it, sister. You got it. Come on.
You've been on my mind, sister.
Oh my God.
I don't watch movies. I keep telling y'all.
Peaches, if you watch it, Peaches know this whole damn song.
Peaches probably do know.
I hope that you've been feeling fine.
I read the book.
Did you ever read? Did you read the book? You read the book and didn't watch the movie?
I didn't watch the movie.
I don't know.
I was like, I know you read the book.
I read the book. Sorry. I'm not a movie person. That's what it is.
You don't have to be, but half of you has a certain movies you have to watch.
I got news for you. You are something.
You know what? This falls under the cornroll rule, okay? Some of us don't get all of it, okay?
Oh my God, no, wait.
Take your Spades?
Yes, the Spades rule, okay? Let's keep it.
It's like I'm black, but I'm not Spades black.
No. Oh my God.
You're not Spades black.
I'm not Spades black.
Not Spades black. Anyway, like I was saying, if you enjoy us, watch us on YouTube too. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell.
Subscribers we have on YouTube.
We got 100.
We did. Thank you guys, by the way. 100 subscribers. I'm so excited. Dude, 900 more and we can do other things.
Yay.
Let's do it. Let's tell your friends. Tell your friends. Also, our new episodes for the News Angle drops every Monday at 9 a.m. If you are into us like that and want to check out our other episodes, it's on Thursday. It's the Triangle at noon Central every week as well. So, I guess that's it. I'm tired. Everybody's tired.
I can tell a lot of blinking going on. We need to go to bed.
I'm trying to keep it together, sis. I'm trying to go. But anyway, so stay woke, stay blessed, stay logical, and stay safe. And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.